Welcome to Modern Mystic Messages. I'm Teresa. Thank you so much for stopping by and clicking on the video. If this is your first time here, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. In any event, I'm so glad that you're here. And I actually want to talk about something, what was on my mind today. I actually woke up this morning and I don't get a lot of song synchronicities these days. I used to all the time, but I don't usually wake up hearing stuff. Um, but today, I heard a song that I hadn't really thought about in years, and it was Kevin Gates, Out the Mud. And I know, but you know what? Spirit Light Hood hymns too. So all of those good old religious folk that are coming out of religion, hey, Spirit can send a message anywhere, and the messengers come look all kinds of ways. And I remember years ago that song really I know what they're talking about, getting something else out the mud and what they were doing, but it just really stuck with me for what I got going on now. Because when I really sat down to get consistent and learn how to meditate, because I listened to Abraham Hicks for years, and it was cool and everything. I wanted to understand the law of attraction. And I was listening to it and I felt like I understood that and all of that, but it reached a point where I just really got tired of hearing him talking about meditation. So I decided to make a concerted effort to enter into like 30 days consistently meditating every day, taking time to actually sit down, go out there to stay in a separate place and sit down and meditate. And that was in the fall of 2016. And like I said, life as I know it has never been the same since. And of course, I can't say I sit in a formal meditation practice every day, but I sit in my life has basically become a meditation. Anywhere that I got a few minutes to be quiet becomes a meditative moment. So, yeah. But when I was hearing that get it out the mud in around 2018, I was really, like I said, late 2016, I started meditating. By spring of 2017, I had started kind of connecting and getting a lot of mind movies and different concepts and things. I understood that I was undergoing some kind of transformation. I even told my friends and coworkers at the time, I was like, I don't know what's happening, but I know something's happening. And just kind of rocked out like that. By the early part of 2018, I said that I really wanted to know how to manifest from nothing. I remember saying that, told Spirit that I want to learn how to manifest something from nothing. Now, several times over the next years it would follow, and I really had to laugh because I got it in like 2022 or so. My guys kind of laughed and said, "Be careful what you ask for, because you just may get it." And I mean, they weren't even just talking about 2018 forward. When I was looking back over what people call the awakening journey, or what has happened to me over the past 15, 16 years. And I really, because I was trying to track back, like, what would I really consider the beginning of my awakening? And yeah, 2007. Well, when I saw The Matrix in 99, that was profound for me. But things really, my exit strategy, I didn't know it was my exit strategy, but Spirit's exit strategy for me from The Matrix kind of started in 2007. That was like my first true clairaudient experience that I was truly like consciously aware of. That was like the first time I heard a thought in my head that I know for a fact I didn't think. And then 2008, it happened again a couple times. But I was just doing regular life flowing and falling apart and whatever, trying to raise kids and all the rest of that. Bumped into some people that had some prophetic words for me that I didn't even understand was prophetic words at the time, but they would come back to mind later. But as I sat in this latest round, in 2018, I said that I wanted to know how to manifest something from nothing. And like I say, be careful what you ask for, because you just might get it. Even before the pandemic hit, I got an opportunity. I didn't understand that's what was happening at the time, but I had the slats kicked out from under me again, what we call in tarot a major tower moment. Lost everything. If it wasn't for a very dear friend of mine, I would have been homeless in the street under the bridge, like for real. That level of everything overnight at the hands of a karmic. But hey, that's neither here nor there. I could talk about it a little bit because I'm not even bitter about it anymore. But it turned my world upside down, and I literally had to learn how to manifest something from nothing. And I didn't understand it continued to happen because started trying to get back on my feet, got a job doing everything, da 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 da, and then boom, 2020 pandemic hit. Rode that wave, started trying to, it took me a little longer to recover, and I thought I was going to do some things and went and got an at-home job. And truthfully, none of them were bad paying jobs. I mean, I ain't going to get rich, but as a single person myself, I was doing okay. And then like I said, I went and got a home-based job. So I was like, that's really cool. And then in December, that went away again. And it wasn't any disciplinary issue of mine. The contract, the client, that the company that I was working for, they had issues with the client, and they chose to end the contract early and laid off about 500 of us in one fell swoop. But it really put me in a position of letting me know spirit ain't playing. I said I wanted to learn how to manifest something from nothing, and they're giving me the opportunity to learn how to do it. And I do have a better game plan at the moment, I believe. His spirit has shown me working a secular job isn't a bad thing, but I know I don't belong in corporate America anymore. I'm a teacher. I'm a healer. I'm a tarot reader. I'm a Reiki practitioner. You know what I'm saying? There's all kinds of ways for me to use my spiritual gifts. I shouldn't be still trying to work my way through corporate America in jobs that are literally making me physically sick from the stress levels that I'm carrying in that. Because here's the thing, as an empath who has a very heavy customer service background, that's what always happens to me. Once a corporate position understands that I have true empathy and soft skills like good phone skills and good rapport with customers and excellent report writing skills and all of that, they gonna literally throw me right on the train track, put me in customer service dealing with problem customers, which the customers ain't never the problem. It's the companies that don't stand by their policies or tie employees' hands so that they can't effectively serve their customers that become the problem. But it's stressful with me as an empath being put in a position to basically low-key soft sit there and lie to people all day. It bothers my conscience. I can write all the reports in the world, and if I know they're not going to be responded to, I don't want to do that anymore. So Spirit showed me a way around that. I'll have to work for a little while longer until I can get some of my other services up and going. But it's definitely time for me to set that stuff aside and get over myself and the imposter syndrome and the camera shy and all the rest of that, and do what I know I'm supposed to do. Because what I've been shown, once I'm able to really get it in the swing, it's going to require being in front of a camera. And truthfully, once it gets underway the way I would like for it to, there'll probably be some folks that want to come and stick a camera in our faces to find out how we're doing it. Because it ain't just for me. Like I say, I'm going to benefit from it. That's good. Everybody got to eat. But here's the thing. Everything I've ever desired to manifest wasn't just for me. Like I said, when I sit down to the table, everybody with me eat. That's just the way it is. I am my brother's keeper. In the hood, I was always the one that the neighbor kids came to get a plate when they folks didn't have. That my children could come if they're one of their folks' kids was having issues. I didn't have to ask a whole lot of questions. We can thin out the soup. We can add another leg. We can break a chicken leg in half. I could put some more rice on the stove. That's just the way I am. And I can't apologize for it no more. I'm not going to try to get around it. And I did have to go through some things spiritually so that I learn who I can help and who I can't, because as an imbalanced empath, literally energy vampires continue to suck me dry my whole life. But Spirit took me through that, I believe, so that I could heal from it and learn the difference between help that is helpful and help that is not helpful, so that when the time comes and I am entrusted with what I've been shown I will eventually be entrusted with, that I could be a faithful and responsible steward for what the blessings that Spirit is going to bestow upon me and the team that works with me. So I just thought that was kind of cool. Like I say, I thought I was going to be able to do everything behind closed doors and then ta-da, just launch with this fabulous product. And Spirit said, no, I'm going to get it out the mud, and I'm going to have to be transparent and take you all along for the ride every step of the way. And that's fine. It's cool. I like that's the perfectionist in me, and I don't even have no idea why I decided I want to be but hey, we get like that. When I used to take piano lessons back in the day, I wanted to make sure I sit up practicing hours and hours and hours every night to make sure, and still would be sick, nervous till I was like making myself sick when it was time for recitals or performances. So I just had to learn to get over that stuff. We're going to do it in real time, raw. It ain't going to be perfect. It is what it is. And guess what? Those who are meant to connect with it and align with it will. And those who don't, their soul tribe will be somewhere else. I don't know. But in any event, yeah, that was, like I said, I heard that today, and I just wanted to speak on it because that's kind of what's happening now. The train is pulled out of the station. I see it. Like I said, I had 100 subscribers as of Easter morning, and I was grateful for those. But to have almost 50% growth in 2 weeks, I can see that it has begun. So I am thankful, and let's get it out the mud. Now, the other song that I heard this morning, right after that, it was so funny because one of my favorite jams back in the day, and I even back when we were still doing the ringtone things, I had All I Do Is Win. Remember that song? Oh man, that's sure enough a hood anthem. It was everybody's inspirational anthem. It was for a long time. And yeah, if you haven't, definitely check that out. All I do is win, 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 no matter what. Got money on my mind. I can never get enough. Now, honestly, it ain't even about the money for me. I want it. I'm manifesting quite a bit of money, but it's because I know it takes money to do what I've been shown to do. And eventually, that's going to become a crowdfunding campaign because once I set up what I've been shown, I'm definitely going to want to open it up for those who want to sow into that. I don't even want to call it a ministry because it's not from the pulpit. It ain't got nothing to do with religion, but truthfully, it is going to be a ministry in a way. But whatever I manage to put into it, I want to open up an avenue for crowdfunding so that we can perpetuate it and keep it going. I don't want to just help 10 people or 20 people or 50 people. I want to get it to where it stands on its own. And even after I close my eyes off this planet, it'll still be helping folks. And that requires opening it up to crowdfunding. I don't want the government in it. I want hearts and minds and real, like say, soul family in it. I love you so much, family. Thank you so much for taking a few minutes with me today. We will be getting a reading out in a little while. It's going to be a little bit different reading than I had planned, and I'll explain it when I get into the reading. And we will look into the Lost Book of Enki as well. But until we do meet up there, peace and blessings to you. Take care of yourself and each other. I love you. Namaste.